Let's do this. Yes. Okay. Just come to your space. You can have a chair on either side to start. It's just there for support balance as we get going. So have your feet about hips width distance apart. Just take a warm up, sweep your arms overhead, breathe into the top. Then exhale, bring your palms back down by your hips. A couple more times like that. Maybe bend your knees, inhale, reach up, get nice and tall, pull your belly in. As you exhale, just release the arms by your side. One more time, big breath in. Big breath out. Yes, and then you can start with your palm on your left hand on your chair just for support. Bend your right heel, little quad stretch. Capture the top of your foot. Pull the heel towards your glutes. You can stretch the quad. We're just going to start with this nice warm up, nice stretch. So take your time, ease into it. Just let your shoulders soften. Breathe deeply. And then we'll pull our knee to our chest. So you can guide along your shin, hug your knee up. So you're stretching your knee up, getting some inner thigh opening, but also that left hip flexor gets a nice stretch here. So standing tall on the left leg, but keeping the knee pocket soft so we don't hyperextend our joints. So just squeeze that knee up, point your right toes down. Option to start to open up your knee to the right side, get a little more open in the hips, soften your shoulders, letting your heart shine that proud chest. Pull it back in. Option to grab your foot on the pinky toe side or peace fingers around big toe and extend your leg forward, getting into your hamstring a little bit. And still your chair or your tabletop is here for balance support. And if you'd like to add on, you can start to open up towards that right side. Trying to keep the toes flexed, kicking out through the heel, and you might have a nice bent knee depending on hip mobility and hamstring strength. You might be getting a little more straighter as you extend your leg. When you're ready, just bring that leg back to the front and then cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Sit back like you're in a chair, so bending at both hip flexors, sending the booty back, keeping the heart forward. And I want you to point through the ball of your foot but flex your toes back. It's called a Freund, a flex point. Just breathe into your right hip flexor as you send the booty back, stabilized on your left leg. Another deep round of breath. And to finish off this side, we'll bring our knee to our chest as we rise up. One more time, just squeeze it in, point your toes down. Let your left hip flexor get some juicy love and stretch. And plant your right foot down. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Bend your left heel back, capture the top of your foot, stretching your quad. Shoulders soft, just breathing in, standing tall. And draw your knee to your chest when you're ready. Squeeze it in, point your toes down. Opening the hip flexor on the right side, standing tall, but keeping your knee soft. You can start to open up your knee to that left side. Come back forward here. Option to extend your leg. Once again, either capturing the pinky toe side of your foot with your hand or peace fingers to big toe, kicking your leg forward. Maybe starting to slowly glide yourself open up, letting the whole front line open. An opportunity to feel vulnerable. Let yourself feel strong and proud. Soften your shoulders. Nice. Slowly bring that leg back. Let's cross the ankle over the thigh. Remember to Freund, flex the toes back, point through the ball of your foot, sit deep, keep your heart higher than your hips. Focus on a long spine as you pull your belly in. Stretching out the hips, sit back a little deeper. With your next breath in, draw your left knee into your chest. One more time, squeeze it in, point the toes down. And soften your feet to the mat. Just take your feet a little bit wider than your hips. I like to call it stir the peanut butter. So clockwise direction, send the hips forward, breathe in. As the hips circle, sweep back, breathe out, about 3 times on each side. Take your time. A little more juice for the hip mobility, like lubricating the joints. Go ahead and switch directions, breathing into the front still and exhaling as you sweep it around the back. Taking these slow, about 1 more. Yes, friends. Stand with your feet under your hips. Sweep your arms up 1 more time. Breathe in. This time forward fold. take it down. Your knees might be bent. You might find straighter legs. And feel free to walk your palms from left side to right side, distributing the weight from side to side. Or maybe you do a yoga ragdoll pose. Just interlace your fingers to your elbow creases. Try to nod your head, knowing yes a couple of times. Draw your heart closer to your thighs. Let the crown of your head hang heavy towards the earth. Woo, pedal out the knees, whatever feels good. Stretching the back side of your body. Then go ahead and release your palms to the mat. Find a halfway lift. So you want to really elongate the spine forward. Find straighter legs, but keep your knees soft. Just take a breath in. And exhale, come down to the mat. Knees down, all fours. Yes, make sure you have some space behind you to extend your leg. I'll move my ball. And spread your fingers wide on the mat. Take your right toes back and point your toes so they're in the ground. You're gonna lift the leg up. Now, before we get going, notice if you've hiked your hip up. We wanna keep closed hips, so right hip in line with the left. From here, fire up your right glute, squeeze it. Toes dip to the earth, and then lift back up. So it's a down and an up. We're going right into some booty work here. Yay to the booty. Praising the butts. Focusing on keeping the right hip in line with the left. Pull your navel in so your core is tight, not hanging like a hammock. We want engagement. And then as you point your right toes and squeeze your right butt, you'll just start to feel the glute, the hamstring in action. Exhale when you lift your leg up. Breathing with a nice long spine, squeezing the butt cheek. Let's go 4 more, 3 more. Hold it up on 2 and 1. We have halfway motions now. So halfway down and up, halfway down and up. We're not touching the earth. We're pointing our toes, leg is long, glutes are squeezing. Use your breath, let it work for you. Nicely done. Squeeze the butt. Ooh, feeling good. I'm already just feeling on fire. Let's go for 4, 3. These halfway motions. Hold it up on 2 and 1. Hold. Now just hold out your amazing. Keeping your hips level. We're going to take our right leg more to the right, hovering in that same line with the hip. Imagine scissoring your inner thigh. Squeeze across the midline to the left. Keep your left hip stable. Open back up to the right and squeeze it across the midline. Breathe in as you open, breathe out as you squeeze. So really feeling the stability on that left leg. My left hip pocket and hamstring are already on fire. Whew. Feeling some shakes. Maybe they're starting to come in here. We've got 4 more of these. Keep that leg lifted in line with your hip. Last 3. 2 more. Last 1, squeeze it across, hold it up, lower to your left elbow, left forearm, so the elbow's under your shoulder. Now this might seem awkward, but lift your hips now. Right hip opens up on top of the left. Keep your toes pointed forward. Use your right hand for stability. We're gonna leg lift right here. Just targeting a little different, the inner thigh, the outer upper glute med pocket. Squeezing your butt cheeks, lift lower. Now, if you feel like you're not getting a lot of work out of this, slow down a little bit. Yes. We've got 4 more. Last 3. 2. We've got those halfway movements on 1. So come up to hip level, lower halfway, lift. Lower halfway, lift. Squeeze your butt. You got it. Same thing, stacking the hips. Yes. Last 4. 3, our right knee comes down in 2 and 1. Pull your right knee in, rise up to both palms, shimmy the hips side to side. Oh yeah. Woo, giving the booty some love. First thing on a Saturday morning. Let's start on that left side, shall we? Point the left toes back. Toes are in the mat. Breath in and lift. Lower, lift. Remember to check in that you didn't lift your left hip, hiking it up. It's in line with the right. Belly is tight. Really lifting that leg, squeezing the butt. Ha. Shoulders stay over your wrists, spine stays long, right leg and knee is stabilized, press the right shin into the ground. You really notice here where we settle in when we get to points of discomfort. Sometimes we just like slope down into that right hip. So really actively press into your shins so you can feel some space, some lift out of that right hip. Let's go for 4, 3, our halfway movement in 2. Hold it up on 1, come down halfway, lift. Halfway down, back up. Yeah. Really getting some fire here. Squeeze the butt, really focus on engaging your glutes and your core, pull the belly in and up. 4 more, hold it up in 3 and 2 and 1. Go out to the left side, stay in line, level with the hip and squeeze across the midline. Squeeze your glutes, your inner thighs. Yeah, open up and squeeze across. Stabilize on the right leg, left leg doing the movement. Shoulders stay on the palms, stay above the palms rather. Whoo. 4 more, keep reaching long through those toes, hug together at the midline. Last 2, straight leg behind you in 1, lower to your right, elbow your right forearm, elbow under the shoulder. Lift your left hip to stack. Now your inner thigh is parallel to the ground. Lift, lower right here. All the way down and up. If you have that mobility, lift. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Notice if you're collapsing into your right shoulder girdle, be active here. Press the earth away, creating space in the joints. 4 more. 3, 2, get your halfway movement on right here. Halfway down, back up. Halfway down and up. Extend through your legs, squeeze the butt. Yes, friends, we've got 4, 3, 2, take your knee down on 1. Take it back down. Shimmy your hips side to side. A nice little stretch. Amazing work. So from here, we're going to come into our first high plank. Palms are already under your shoulders. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Pull the belly in. Keep your heels right over those toes. Hover your right leg in line with your hip. Take a breath in. And it's a knee to elbow as you exhale. Pull it forward. Extend it back out. See if you can keep it hovered. Exhale to the opposite arm. So we're just going to be here for real quick. Squeeze to the same arm. Squeeze to the opposite arm. If you need to, tap your toe down for a minute and come back to it. Also, if you need, that left leg can be grounded here. That left knee. Find what works for you. We've got 4, 3, 2, and high plank on 1. Whoo, just take a moment, pull your belly in, feel that fire burn in the core. You've got this. Lift your left leg, point the toes, breathe in. Exhale, knee to arm. Step it back and squeeze it to the opposite arm. Now again, on this side, keep going. You have the option for right knee down. You have the option to tap the left toes, you know, whatever helps you get through your day. But choose when and where you're going to push yourself. Make it feel safe and smart. We've got 4, 3, high plank down dog in 2, 1, toes down, down dog, hips high. Woo, take a moment, pedal it out and breathe deep. Pedal out, feels good. We get to stretch the legs, the back line of the body. Gaze is about the middle of your mat. Breathe deeply in and sigh some breath out. Releasing some hot air. 1 more big inhale, big exhale. Awesome. Bend your knees to the top of your mat and you can tiptoe forward. Find a little fold right here. Maybe you take a ragdoll on 1 more time. Feels so good. Release your hands down, bend your knees and slowly round to standing, rising up. Got a yoga background first. So here, take a big inhale, mountain. And exhale, hands to your hips. Coming back to our chair or our tabletop, our stable balance support. Yeah, we're going to find our first position. So Heels together, toes point out, and your hips will naturally want to open up a little bit. Let the hip points, knees drive in the direction of those toes. Using your chair for balance, you're going to bend the knees, lower down, and lift back up. So sit down and then up. When you come up, keep the knees soft so they're not completely straightening. And as you go, check in with your heart, with your balance. We want the heart to stay open, the spine long. So if you're folding and hinging forward like in chair, try to correct that. Maybe a hand to heart and a hand to stomach. Now, if you want, you can bring your arms out in line with your shoulders, get some arm work out of it. Squeeze your butt cheeks. Down 2, up 2, down, back up. Now, in almost all the formats I teach, it's kind of a repetition thing. You go your full range, and then you pulse it, and then you add on. So that's what we get to look forward to. We'll be here for just 4 more. Really squeeze that booty. 3. Now we got double time in 2 and 1. So double time. Down, up, down, up. You got it. At any time, you can change the arms, whatever you need to do. Hold your chair. Keep the heart up, chest proud and open. Squeeze your glutes. Last 4, 3. Hold it low in 2. And 1, take it down. We just go up and down 1 inch. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Yes, friends, all 4 corners of your feet are pressing down. Chest stays up and open, spine long. Fill in those quads. Maybe starting to get some of the shakes. So good. Last 4, 3. Squeeze your butt. 2, stay low. On 1, hold it. Here we're going to change it up. Press into the balls of your feet. Lift your heels. Press the heels down. Lift them up. Getting a nice stretch on the soles of your feet. Fill in those quads. Kennedy, you love the quads. Get your quads today, girl. Woo! Lift, down, lift, and down. Keeping that heart up and open. Spine long, belly pulling in. Squeeze the glutes. So much glutes, so much legs. Where's the arms? They're coming up. If you want more arms right here, hold it out or hold it out. Yeah, 4 more of these. 3, we'll go double time in 2 and 1. Here you go. Down, up, up, up. Keeping the knees bent, lifting, lowering heels. Woo, get those shakes. Last 4, 3, 2 more. Hold those heels up on 1. Down an inch, up an inch. Down, up. Smallest movement, those micros. Whoo, that's what gets us every time. Squeeze the butt. Yes, friends, almost there. 4 more. 3. Heels come down in 2. 1. Heels down. OMG, shake out those legs. You deserve it. You earned that work. Shoots. All right. Standing. Hand at the chair. Your right hand at the chair. Curtsy squat, take the left foot back and slightly across the midline, then bend both knees to 90. Keep your heart and shoulders above the pelvis, 90-degree bends, hug the inner thighs. So from here, just gonna tap the toe and take it back. Tapping, squeezing to the midline. Nicely done. You can stay using that chair or your bar, your table for balance, or you can just let your arms work for you. Whatever feels good and natural. Yes. And we get to add on. Who's ready? Let's go. 4, 3, and then we'll come up to a tree pose in 2. A tree. 1. Right hand to your chair. Left toe points, knee opens up. Option to bring your arm out. Okay, now we've got the shape. Take it back to your curtsy. Come up to tree. Curtsy, tree. Heels high on the toe. And still is there because you're pointing your toe down. Squeezing the butt, hugging the inner thighs. Take your arm in front of your shoulder, take it up. Take it in front of your shoulder, take it up. Nice. Yes, friends, 4 more. 3 more. We'll finish in this tree in 2. And 1. Beautiful. From here, point your toe to the left. Start to bend into your right knee, almost like chair, like you're sitting back. Bring the left leg forward. You can stand up and then sweep it back out. Bend your right knee. Forward, out, forward, and then back out. You can start to bring in your arm if you want. Reach across, pull it in. Pull it in. Maybe your right hand comes to your right hip. Maybe it stays for some more stability on the chair. Point through the toe, point it, sweep it across in front of you, past the midline. 4 more. Getting the heart rate up in 3. Stay right like this out long in 2, because we're going to pump it. 1. Here you go. Pump, pump, pump. Pull it in. Point your toe, tap it on the ground, squeeze the butt, lift. For 8, 7, 6, you're almost there, friends. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Shake out that right leg. Isn't it funny? The stable leg is the one in chaos. Here we go. Same stuff, other side. You're freaking awesome. Stay with me. Take your right leg, curtsy back, slightly across the midline, bend to 90, hug it all in. Keep your shoulders over your pelvis. Come up, tap your toe. Back down and up. Option to add in any arms. Keeping the back heel high on the toe. Stay with it as you go. Call, you look amazing. I love it. Yeah, hey, Curvo, nice to see you. Take it down, up. Woo, getting our barber done. 4 to go, friends. And 3, finding our tree in 2, 1. Come up to your tree, point your toe. You can touch, you can hover. Breathe in, take it back. All the way up, all the way back. Still hug the inner thighs right here and right here. Light up your glutes, pull in the belly button to the spine. Yeah, booty, feeling it. Those shakes have subsided a little bit in the legs. Starting to just go to the booty. Let's go for 4 more. 3. Stay up in your tree right here. 2. Last one. Stay in that tree. Point your toe, bend the left leg. We've got our like Skandasana, our goddess pose. Gonna rise up, cross the midline, send it back out. Yep. Bending that left leg, keep it stable. Option to just bring hands to hips, whatever you need. Maybe you start to use your right arm across the midline. Get a long reach in that back leg. Sitting deep in the left hip, bend the knee, send the booty back. 4 more. Get that cardio going in 3, 2, and 1. Step it out, breathe in, and go. Go. Round 2. Boom. Elbow up. Bend the knee up. 8, 7, 6, 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Yes. Stand up. Shake it out. Take your feet wide. Bend the knees. Take a big breath in. Double bop at the bottom. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Let it go. Last one. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Woo! Friends, grab a set of light weights. Light weights at your service. Your chair can be on any side. I'm just moving it off the mat a little more for my space. Light weights. Shoulders down your back. Heels in, toes out. Step it wide. Bend the knees in line with the feet. So we've got our goddess or a horse. Hands at the heart to start, or you can have hands at your hips. We're just gonna bop it up and down, a little bit of that squat, shoulders over the pelvis, pressing through your feet, squeeze your butt. Take your time here. When we slow it down, it's more effective. Now to add the arms in, you can reach out with the palms up. Keep your elbows soft. We're not totally straight with the arms. And then you can start to pump the arms, reaching them out, pulling them in, but keeping them about shoulder height. Subtle movement, super effective. Stay with it. Make sure your butt's getting squoze. Woo. Yes, last 8, 7. Count it down for 4, 3, hands to heart in 2, and 1. Sit low, bring your hands to your heart. Yes, take your feet in so they're forward but still wide. We're gonna tap the elbows to the thighs. Press straight up overhead. Lower, booty goes back, press. Exhale as you rise, press through your heels. Fire up the legs, squeeze the butt, the whole back line, feeling a squeeze. And when you press, straighten your arms. You can give it a pump. Don't worry, we'll get heavier weights in a minute for our arms. Let's go for 8. Last 6, keeping the heart rate up. 4 more, 3, last 2, hands to heart on 1. Bring them to your heart. Woo. You can put those weights down, grab one slider. The slider is for the right foot. Now, you can have your chair, you can have your slider under the right foot. Make sure I have space to move and show you. So just standing so you can reach your chair or your stool or whatever you have, a tabletop. The slider is under your right ball of foot. So you're gonna go reverse lunges, right side focus. Take a breath and slide the right leg back to those 2 90-degree bends, kind of like the curtsy lunge, except we are hips with this is apart now, and come back up. So take it low and come up. Pull the belly in. We often like to forget and neglect the core here because we're getting tired, we're moving differently. So take it low and rise. Now you can also bring your hands to your hips, especially if you tend to lose balance here. It's kind of like this touching sensation of the muscles, gives you more deeper awareness of where you are, where you're located, what you're using. Heel stays high. And if you don't have a slider, you're stepping back into your reverse lunge. We're just focusing on the right side right now. That stable left leg is getting lots of work. Exhale when you lift. All right, 8 to go. 7 more. We will stay low in 6. Just 5. Last 4. Hold it low. That back leg hovers in 2. Stay low right here. 1. So if you're on a slider, press your toes back. You can hold your chair. You can have hands and hips. Try to take it low. Shoulders over pelvis. Just pressing the toes back. Really feeling the left quad again. The glute for 8, 7, 6. Come up to standing in 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise up. Woo. Left leg gets a break. Grab a heavy set of weights. Doing some arms here. We've got overhead presses, so feet about hips width. Kind of clean the weights, bring them up to your shoulder, elbows forward. Step your right foot back. So you have a staggered stance, soften through the knees. Palms are facing in, breathe in. And on your exhale, softly bend the knees, press up. You take it low, bend the knees, press. That slight knee bend just gives your joints some softness, but also this extra catalyst to pump up. And with the staggered stance, we have to use the core a little more because we need to stabilize ourselves. We need to brace. Belly in. Notice if your knees are splaying wide rather than forward. You can check your stance. Sometimes the mobility of us, we might be out wide. That's okay too. We just want knees direction of hips, or rather feet, hips will follow. Yes, squeeze the butt. Now when you pump up, keep going friends. When you pump it up, just check you're not using your neck. Keep your neck soft. We don't want to overuse our neck muscles. Nice for 8, 7, 6, 5. Yes, get that pump. 4, 3, last 2. One more, press. Hands to heart. You can put those weights down for a moment. Come to plank pose. Now we're going to use our core. You know what pike planks are? Oh, they're amazing. So set up your plank. Keep your heels over your toes. Keep them stable. We like to rock, but keep them stable. This is the smallest movement. Pull your belly in, slight dome of your back, and then back to plank. So you're pulling your hips up, pubic bone towards navel. It's the smallest movement. Now, as you do this, it's not just a booty bop up. We're keeping the shoulders and hips in like a nice line, and you're squeezing the core straight up. Notice if your heels are rocking back and forth. Keep the heels level right over the toes. Try not to move the feet. Yeah. Ooh, can you feel it? 8, 7, 6. Amazing work. Last 5, 4. Pop it on up in 3, 2. Last 1. You can bring the knees down, or you can take it to your down dog. We're going to start to walk forward. So we can redo it again. Half lift to stretch, a fold to let it go. Rise all the way up, sweep the arms up, and bring them down by your hips. All right, taking our slider to the left leg. Now you know what's coming up. So we've got our reverse lunge. Stand about hips width apart. Take a breath. Ball of foot is on the slider. Slide it back. Rise up and take it low. Remember, you can do whatever you need with your arms to serve your purpose. Maybe that touching to train yourself where your balance is, what muscles are being used. Try to bring that back knee down. Don't cheat it. Take it nice and low. Maybe even touch the ground if you need before you come back up. Can't reiterate enough how much the slowing down builds us up. Yeah. Nice call. Kicking some booty today. Woo! The heel is high on the toes in the back. When you lower the knees, shoulders over your pelvis. Let's go for 8. Really squeeze those inner thighs when you slide up. 7. Remember, if you don't have them, you're tapping forward and back. 6. You've got 4 more. 3. Stay low and pulse the toes in 2, 1. Right here, stay low. Pulse the foot back. Get a little lower in the left knee. What you're doing is building your quads, your calves, your glutes, your hammies. Can you rebend your left knee a little bit more for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep it low. Last 4, 3. Rise up in 2 and 1. Woo. Okay, that right leg. Can you feel it? Shake it out. Grab your heavy weights. Round 2 of our overhead presses, but we're going to switch it up. So this time, stagger your left foot back. Check your knees are in line with your toes. Soften the knees. Clean your weights. Bring them up. This time, rotate so your palms face out. So you're almost cactus army, though your elbows are lower than shoulders. Breathe in. Exhale. Press overhead. Down. Press. Press. So you can adjust your stance as needed. Belly pulls in. Stabilize your core. Squeeze your butt. Nice work, everybody. 8, 7, 6, last 5, 4, 3, last 2, best one. Pump, take it wide, hands to heart, step forward, weights down. Second round of our pike planks. When you're ready, take it to your plank. Heels stay stable. Elongate your spine, pull your belly in. And on your exhale breath, squeeze your belly button up. Smallest movement. Now, friends at home, if you're having trouble with keeping your heels stable, because that's really, we want to keep them stable to let the effectiveness work and ripple across the body, you can always align your feet on a wall and just pump up from there. These are amazing. You've got it for 8, 7, 6, pull it up, 5, hold that plank in 4, a little special add-on, 3, 2, hold plank on 1, amazing, this is it, mountain climbers, you've got 30 seconds, knees to chest, go, fast or slow, 30 seconds is all we've got, then we're gonna add on some more fun before the day is over, go, you got it, yes, yes, almost there, 15 more seconds, take it, woo, flex your toes, bring your knees in, last 5, 4, 3, knees down, and 2, 1. Woo, yes. I'm high-fiving you all at home, wherever you are, hopefully not driving in your car. Amazing, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in that love. We are moving on to Pilates ball, friends. Grab that ball, find your booty on the earth, bend your knees, so your feet are hips width. Kind of setting up like bow, remove extra flesh from the sitting bones, stay on those sitting bones, maybe you can feel them. Tailbone is a no-no, we don't want to sit back on the tailbone. Even though we lean back, stay upright, pull the core forward, the heart forward. Right hand has the ball. This is another core, or rather quad one we did last month. Reach that arm up, elongate your left leg, breathe in, lean back, exhale, tap, lean, tap, point the left toe, squeeze up, tap your foot. Whoo. Yes, for the legs. Can we just call today leg day? For 8, 7, 6 more, keep pointing your toe, work through it, figure it out. 4, 3, 2, last one on this side, this is it, boom, yes. Woo, plant the left foot, pass the ball to your left hand, elongate your right leg, breathe in as you lean back, keep that core tight, exhale, tap. Cross it over, tap your right toes. Support yourself with your right hand for stability. Fire up that core. We've got 8 in us, don't we? Yes, we do. Only 6 to go. You're almost done with these. Crush them out. Last 4, 3, pull that core in, spine long. 2, this is it. 1. Woo, yes, friends. All right, resituate yourself. Bring your weight, your ball. It's like a weight, it's gonna be. Press your hands into the ball so you have this arm engagement. If you don't have a ball, you can use a weight or a block. Lean back, staying in this boat so you're on the sit bones, not the tail. Elongate your right leg, twist to the right, bring your knee in. Come forward and twist. So lengthen as your inhale, exhale, twist. I had to get my bearings here too. Left foot is base. You can always choose to support yourself with one of your palms, but if your hands stay on that ball or block or weight, press into it. 8 more. Oh, can you feel your hip flexor working? 6, 5, Karen, I'm your cheerleader today. 4, 3, I'm super stoked. 2, last one, you got it, boom. Oh, this is your mini break, reach forward. Squeeze your ball in your arms, reaching between your thighs. Just reach, hold it out. Come back to your heart. Let's do the other side. Elongate your left leg forward, lean back, hover. Exhale, twist to that left. Pull your knee in towards your arm. Lengthen, lean, twist. Twist and squeeze. Let those arms be active on your ball. 8, 6. Really utilizing all of your front core. Transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis. 3, 2, One more, pump it out, boom. Yes, woo, amazing. Take that ball for some crunches behind your sacrum. Try to tuck it underneath if possible. Feet stay hips width apart. Lean back, elbows wide. You might have to adjust a few times. We all have like different levels of size of ball. Breathe in, exhale, lift. Keep your elbows wide, your heart shining. Getting into some core. Your feet can be planted, your toes can be up on the heels if you prefer, targeting a little bit lower in the up. Yes, friends, you're amazing. Keep that heart nice and proud and open. 4 to go. Last 3. We lower to our backs in 2. Last 1. You've done it. So proud. Grab that ball, squeeze it in between your thighs, lower to the ground. All right, friends, so you keep your feet planted, hips width apart, and just rest the back of your head on the mat. Make sure your shoulders are snuggled down your back, and tee your arms out nice and wide. So we're just going to drop our knees side to side, squeezing actively onto our ball. So you can roll the tops of the toes. It's like a supine twist, really, in yoga. Squeeze that block. Your shoulders are grounded. Your legs opened up to the left or the right. Mine happen to go to the right. Now the trick is to squeeze your core in, protect your back, come back up through center, and then go to the other side. We want to try to stack the hips, hold on tight to that ball, and come through center again. So side to side. You can press your palms into the mat for some more stability. And your feet might just roll across the tops of the feet as you pass side to side. Or if you want a little more, you can lift them, hover the legs off the mat. Just lift your knees up above your hips, squeezing your ball tight, making the adduction happen in the legs. Just exhale as you come through center. Just side to side, we've got 4 more. That is it. You're doing amazing. 3 more. Counting down the clock here. 2 more. When you come up this time, that's it. 1, nice. Woo! Take that ball to your inner arches of your feet. Extend your feet above your hips. Reach your arms overhead. Pull your navel straight to the ground. We're going to jackknife here. So to start, hover your legs to a point that is effective on your core, but your low back isn't lifting. And if you get to that point where you're lifting, you can stay up higher, or you can bend your knees, toes maybe touching the earth. And then on an exhale, bring your feet over your hips, lift your palms up so your shoulders are off the mat, grab the ball in your hands, and repeat with the ball in your hands. Exhale, lift, pass the ball back to your feet. You're just going back and forth. A nice little jackknife. If there is such a thing as a nice little jackknife. Yes, Karen, I love what you're doing. You've got this awesome pace going. Pull the belly to the spine, to the earth. Last 4, friends. Make sure you're lifting your shoulders as you reach up for that ball. 3, 2, last 1. This time stay up. Your ball can be in your feet. Reach for your toes. A pulse straight up. Squeeze the ball with your feet so you can feel your inner thighs light up. Try to lift your shoulders off the mat. If you need, you can support behind your head with your hands, elbows wide. Reach up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Knees to chest in 3, 2, 1. Yes, bring that ball down. Take a minute, take your feet wide, windshield wiper your knees side to side, a little release, big inhale, big exhale. Amazing job. We've got one last little bit of core on our side. We'll stretch and we're out. So roll to your right side. We're going to shove that ball. Shove isn't a nice word, but we're going to support that ball under our right hip and our low floating ribs. Lower back down best you can. Your arm can be rested. You can support if you'd like with your hand to head. Bottom knee can be bent, top leg long and straight. I hope you have the space. Bring your left elbow up, breathe in, exhale, side crunch, lift, crunching your side, take it back down. Lift, lower. Make sure your top leg is long. That is your anchor point. Should be feeling it in that side as you roll up. Yeah, keep a little smile on you sweet faces. We're almost there. 8 more. Use that breath. 6 to go. 5. We're going to add on one last little bit of spice in 4. So stay up in 3, 2. On 1, we're going to hold up. Now you can hover your right arm or you can bring your elbow back. If you need to support and set up a little better, go ahead. I was rolling off my ball. Hold for a breath. Lower back down. We've got 3 more of those. Lift up. Let it go. Exhale, lift. Let it go. Last one. Squeeze, lift. You've got it. Hold it. Let it go. Woo! Yes, rise up. Maybe you give yourself a nice little stretch over. Get the right side stretched. Get the left side stretched. A little mermaid. And shimmy around. Put the ball under your left side. Left hip, left low floating ribs. Left arm is supporting you. Left knee is bent. Right leg is your anchor. Bring your right elbow up. Breathe in. Exhale, side crunch lift. Down, up. Exhale, fill it, squeeze it. So I want your heart to stay open, proud chest. Fill it in those sides. You can adjust the ball if you need. Anchor that right foot down. See if you can get a little bit higher in the lift, not by pressing up with your left hand, but by squeezing the right side. Last 4. Then we position and hold that spicy flavor in 3. Last 2. Last side crunch. Here it is. Hold it up. Let it go. Position yourself so you got some hold. You can bring your left elbow in or you can hover. Take a breath. On your exhale, lift. Try to lift that left arm off. Hold yourself up and lower. That's your reset. 3 more times. Lift, hold. Lower down. Lift, hold. Last one. Lift, hold. Release. Woo! Yes, friends. Amazing. You've got that fire. Take rid of that ball. Get rid of that ball. If you have a chair, we've got one last glutey work. Glutey booty. Bring that chair around so you can put your feet on it, your heels on it. We've got some bridge booty work. If you don't have a chair you're using, you can use a stool. You can use yoga blocks, maybe against the wall for support, or you can just do your feet on the ground for bridge. But if you have that chair, so feet or hips width apart on the mat. If you don't have a chair, if you have a chair, take your heels and your feet on top of that chair. Yeah, so your toes are up. If you have that chair supported against the wall, you can also press your feet right onto the chair, but mine's just kind of hovering mid-round. Make sure your shoulders are down your back, your knees are above your hips here, especially on a chair. Breathe in. And on your exhale, press down, lift up. So we're gonna lower, lift, getting some hamstring lift. So if your heels are on the chair and your feet are just kind of up, toes are flexed, you're getting lots of glute, lots of hamstring, and some quad. And if you have your chair supported on a wall and you put the soles or arches of your feet on a chair, you'll notice how that really changes tons more hamstring. So you choose which variation works for you. Exhale for the lift. Squeezing the butt. Now we can add on a one-leg chair if you want in 3, 2, and 1. Start to lift up. Maybe the right leg lifts, and you can just pump on the left. I really like this one if my chair's stable, the arch of my foot. Really using that hamstring there. Go for 4, then switch it out in 3, 2, 1. Take the left leg up, pump it up. Both hips stay level the whole time you lift lower. Really nice when you have the chair on the wall. Pointing the toe up to the sky that's lifted for 4. Last 3. Nice job, 2. And 1, lower down. Amazing. Yes, squeeze your knees to your chest, take your knees wide, and start to just gently rock side to side. So much good work. You earn a big breath. Sigh it out. Hopefully you have the space. You can move away from that chair or the wall. Let's take our legs to the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Draw your left knee in. Stretch your right hip. Remember to point your foot here again like we did in the beginning of class. Point the ball of your foot, flex your toes back. Maybe thread your hands through and capture your left shin or hamstring. Shoulders soft. Let all tension, any tension go from your face, your jaw, your brow, your neck, your shoulders. From here, plant your left foot, keep your right ankle crossed, lift your hips and shimmy them to the right side of your mat, tee your arms out wide, and then let your legs fall to the left side. A little supine twist. You can keep your gaze at the sky or to the right. And if you don't like this stance with the legs, you can stack your feet or even double wrap like eagle legs if that feels any better for you. Feel your belly drive into the spine, drive up so you have core protection, low back protection, and start to draw your legs back up. Plant your feet, again, hips width. This time left ankle over right thigh for your supine figure 4. Flex your toes, maybe thread the needle, taking your arms through to your leg. And soften your head, neck, and shoulders. Plant your right foot down, lift your hips up and to the left, and let your legs release over, relaxed over to the right. Maybe take your gaze to the left. Change up this shape as you see fit for your body. It can be different on this side from the last side. And feel your core pull in tight. Protect your back and raise back up with your legs. Plant your feet. We'll find a happy baby now. Draw your knees towards your ribs. Bring your elbows to the inner thighs and thread your palms through to capture your outer feet. Stomp your feet up to the sky and just find some stillness. And then maybe add on some motion, rocking side to side. You can kick through your legs. Oh, nice juicy hamstring stretch. Find some deeper breath here. Breath that symbolizes a release, a cool down, and a letting go, shifting gears. And draw your knees to your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Grab behind your thighs. We'll rock and roll ourselves up to a seat. Find a wide leg seated forward fold. Extend the legs out nice and wide. Flex your toes to the sky. You can stay upright by all means, or option to walk down and fold a little bit in half. Keep your toes flexed up. Let's get into the legs a little bit more before we close. Breathe deep into any tension and any parts of your body that you might have just worked. One more big round of breath in and out. You can always linger here a little longer or support yourself up. Butterfly pose, draw the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open up wide. Sit tall, sweep your arms all the way up overhead, pull your belly in. So you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, soften your shoulders down, keep your elbows soft. Lift up through your heart, a nice little stretch, keeping the core tight, protect your back. Breathe freely and deeply into your chest as you hug your shoulders down. This is a nice little stretch for the anterior deltoid heads, and even into the pectoral muscles. When you're ready, just let that go. I can sit comfortably, bring your hands to your heart if you want. I just want to thank you so much for being here today. Happy Barre Burn Saturday, and I'll see you again next month. Woo, thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a great weekend.